improving year on year on year.
She does, and actually that's probably the most I've seen her celebrate when she got that score. Whether it's down to the titles, whether it's down to the actual score, who knows, but yeah, to be scoring a 15 on this code of points, we see so many gymnasts performing excellent routines and they're in the high 13s, low 14s, so she's taken it up a notch to be able to get that 15.
Well, you predicted she'd get a gold on that piece, and I guess you're saying gold again on floor a little bit later on.
I think so.
25, no doubt, by the end of a quarter of a century of world medals. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? Well, let's just have a look at the gymnast who came second in that big final. Liu Ting. She was actually the world champion last year. She went all out as well for difficulty.
She did, and it's a very different routine to what we just saw Simone perform. Obviously uses a lot of the jumps where they have to release the head and lose sight of the beam, but that's what the Chinese gymnasts are renowned for. But the whole routine was calm and composed. One thing I do notice, that she's very confident because she leaves the springboard in throughout the whole routine. Most gymnasts actually get the springboard removed if it's on the side of the beam, just in case you do come off. But yeah, interesting that she only used a very simple dismount. You can see here the round off into the double twist. This code of points has changed slightly. You used to have to do a D element, whereas now the dismount, you just have to count it. It doesn't have to be a D element.
And pushed all the way by a 16-year-old teammate as well. He took the bronze there. What a beam final. Like we say, Simone Biles will be up shortly on floor, but just a while ago, Great Britain's Dominic Cunningham vaulted into 5th place, and he's talking to David McDave.
Dom, 5th in the world, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. I'm really happy about the whole World Championships. It's a stepping stone for me. Just being here once again, it's incredible. And then to be in that vault final, I'm 5th in the world, I'm over the moon.
You looked really happy after you finished your vaults. Are you happy with how you performed them?
Yeah, not bad. Obviously, I did the vault that I broke my leg on, so I'm really happy about that. My first vault, I didn't get quite the best angle, so I did half a twist less. But on the day, you have to make what counts. If I went for that triple twist, I probably would have landed on my side, so I don't want to take that risk. So came out nice, but yeah, I'm over the moon, and obviously the long wait in between, it's very demanding, so it's nice to be back out here. I'm enjoying myself.
Craig Heap said psychologically performing that second vault would have been so important after what you did in the European Championship to your leg.
Yeah, I tell you what, last night I was having dreams and I could feel my leg doing the same what I did, and I was like, oh no, this isn't good, sir. To come out here and just do that job in that field as well, it just makes me even hungrier. So we've got the Olympics coming up, and I'm knocking on these doors. So I'm going to tell them next time, watch yourself, and it's I'm there.
Yeah, with a year of fitness and training under your belt, you know, no injuries. Hopefully, you know, you could be up there.
Yeah, it's been lethal getting back, and I haven't been able to improve anything. I've only just got back to where I am. I've improved my rings, but now it's time to knuckle down and focus on floor vault and watch these medals. You know, I'm coming for them.
Well, we can see that, Dom. Thank you very much. Well done this week.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Come on, team. I'm getting there. I'm coming.
He's coming, he is. Watch out, Tokyo. But that's it, the energy, the belief. And actually, when you consider what he's been through, to be riding high as he is to, I mean, that's a special feeling to have leaving the World Championships.
Definitely, and we know that Dom, I think Max spoke about it before, he is the character of the team, and you can really see that coming through on the interviews, but he's hungry, he wants that medal.
Now, I can't imagine how proud the Downie clan must be feeling having 2 world medalists in the family. Yesterday, Becky got a silver on bars and Ellie a bronze on vault. This is how they did it.
And we'll see with Ellie whether she opts for the more difficult vault first.
Come on, Ellie. Great Britain's Ellie Downie.
Well, very powerful and explosive gymnast. Just look at this.
Oh.
Wow, what a start. Double twisting Yurchenko. Bang. Done.
Absolutely huge. What a start.
This is the vault she uses mostly in competition, and she's performed that the best we've seen this championships. Really clean, she's down the middle, feet locked together. Very impressive start for Ellie.
14-6, 9-2 on the execution. It's a big score for vault number 1.
This is what the training's all been about. to get into a world final. What's she got to offer? Attacks well, blocks, wraps into the 1.5. That was 2 fantastic vaults from Ellie Downie. She'll be so pleased with that. Coach Joe Miller there giving her a big hug. Well deserved.
The others are going to have to be very good to beat these 2 vaults.
Ellie has done everything that she possibly can. A 14.816 is the average score, 15.033 for vault number 2 in the vault final here at the World Championships.
This is her specialist piece. Her whole focus has been on this apparatus. So important, this first pirouette. Clean into the next move, and then she goes up to the high bar, into the Kachev, clean with the catch. Another Kachev to come from the Stalder and the piked position. This is the very big series coming up. Catch and mixed grip, down to the low bar, up to the high bar. She's made it.
Yes.
That's the big combination. Just needs a clean dismount now. Come on, Becky, make that landing. Well done, Becky Downie. That was the big routine. So well performed.
All out for difficulty. Absolutely went for it. Well, Becky, you couldn't have done any more there. 15 scored. It's huge. 8-5 on the execution. 6-5 on the difficulty. Well, the world medalists in the shape of the Downie sisters join me now, Ellie and Becky. Huge, huge congratulations. We're saying there you went all out and you couldn't have done any better than that, Becky. Is that how it felt when you landed? Was it just relief?
Yeah, definitely relieved. Still looking at it back, I can definitely improve on the execution. There's little bits I'm like, oh, but I'm really happy to come away with a medal, so I can't complain.
Yeah, and it was a tough wait for you as well. I mean, we talked to Max earlier on about having to watch all the gymnasts go, and for a long time you were in the lead there. Yeah,
it was definitely a long wait. I knew Nina was kind of the one to beat, so I knew if I did do a good routine, then I was going to have that weight, so I was prepared for it, but it didn't make it any easier.
Yeah, and what was it like actually? Because you had to go on after Ellie had done her vault, and you just got yourself a medal yourself. It must have been so hard.
Yeah, it's not easy. I have been in a situation before when we were Europeans and Ellie got her first junior Euro title, and I had to wait before I then got mine. So I was prepared for it, but I mean, I couldn't have been any prouder. I wanted to watch her medal ceremony. I meant I was a little bit rushed out the back, but if anything, it kind of took my mind off it at the same time.
Did it really? And Ellie, what did it feel like to be up there on the world podium? Because, yeah, as we've talked about the Europeans, the Worlds, it's a completely different stage.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Like, competing against those 2 Americans, they're such amazing gymnasts, and to share the podium with them, I was just blown away. Yeah.
So psychologically, how do you cope with that then, knowing that they are so powerful?
Well, I was up first, so I think that was kind of good. Like, I just could warm up out the back and just go out there and get on with it. But obviously the weight was hard. But then, yeah, I knew if they did their vaults, they were going to go above me. So it was kind of, I was fighting for third, and yeah, just happy about it.
And so, I mean, as sisters, how have you been celebrating since? Did you have a big night last night?
We didn't really.
No, not yet.
We got back quite late because Ellie had drugs testing. Then we had a team meal, and then we were like, we're tired, we just want to sleep.
This is a moment that we just love to play because there's so much love and there's so much going on in that hug. I mean, as sisters, we think it may even be a first to have siblings up, you know, on a medal podium on the same day at the World Championships. I mean, you've gone through so much in your lives together. How would you put into context how you've got to where you are as siblings?
It's just crazy. Like I said to Ellie the morning of, like the fact that we're both healthy, we're at the championships, then we actually both made finals there on the same day. It's mad, and to come away and both medal, it's crazy.
Yeah. When you were looking over your cornflakes at each other yesterday morning, what were you saying to each other about what potentially could happen?
I don't really talk about it, do we? Like.
No.
Come on!
The only thing I said to Becky, I said, I'll be happy with third or fifth, not fourth. Right. That was the only thing I said.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really? Yeah, just because it's that horrible position to be in. And as far as your families are concerned, I said on the way in there, I mean, how proud your family must be to have 2 world champions What have they been saying to you?
Mum would definitely be crying a lot, I think. I can't wait to get back and see them. Still, she should have come to Stuttgart. We told her to come.
Yeah, we did.
Well, Beth, I know you were saying how much work Becky's put into that bars routine to actually make it happen and build that difficulty. I know it's hard for Becky to talk about how great she is, but maybe you could do that for us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously she's had a tough run up to these championships with the Europeans picking up the injury, and she basically had to reconstruct her routine. She knew she had the potential, but sometimes she sat there going, what do I need to do to be able to get that medal in my hands?
Yeah.
And hats off to her. She's spent time learning new skills, which is very difficult, and then having to construct the routine to make sure that everything flows in. You're not putting extra elements in, which obviously then takes the deductions down. So she's had to put a whole routine together to be able to get this medal in her hands, and I know how much that means to her.
Yeah. And for you from here then, walking into the gym, it will feel different as world medalists yourself. So how do you perceive the future to be, and looking forward ahead of the Olympics? Ellie first.
I think we can just build on what we've done here. Like, it took me a lot of hard work to get that vault out, and to compete it successfully twice is like a big deal. So I think now we've got one under our belt, we can go and start working on the other one. And like, for me, it's not just vaults, that's my focus, all around's my focus as well. So we've got to like consolidate everything else, and just it's still got a lot of more hard work to do before next year. Definitely.
Well, huge congratulations. Just enjoy the moment, because obviously you put in so much hard work. You get here, I'm sure it doesn't sink in for the longest time, but honestly, absolutely superb. Just a few moments ago, over the shoulder